Okay, since I have noticed that there have not been many new tutorials on how to do first rebirth, I am someone who helps people rebirth a lot. Oh god, this thing. I am going to be teaching you. I'm going to start with absolutely zero cash, no limiteds, no nothing. I will not be using any of these, I promise. I will be starting from zero cash. And I will also be explaining some key mechanics that go along with ore as I am building the setup, as to not bore you. So let's just get started. First, all of this bad, except this right here. This is the key to your first amount of significant progress. This is called a cell furnace. It's the type of furnace. It's named cell furnace, but it's the type of furnace also. It's the type and name of the furnace. So cell furnaces will only usually accept unupgraded ore. So as you see, there's walls here to sort of show you it can't be upgraded or else it won't accept it. You can get around that, but it still will not process it. And that's due to something called upgrade counter. It looks at the upgrade counter, which is how many times the ore have been upgraded. And if it sees it's more than 0, it will not upgrade it. But in return, it has a huge multi, as you can see. This mine has a $2 ore value, so that's around a 20 times multiplier, which is really, really good. And as you can see, I already have quite a significant amount of cash. So from here, you just want to work your way up the chain of mines. It's not that exciting, but I promise later you get into an actual setup. The reason I'm making this is I have noticed that I searched for a while to find my friend a video on how to rebirth for first life, and all of them were either outdated or used stupid exotic items or limited items like I have here. They would place this down and say, oh, well, you can just get this at the start of the game. This is an event item. You cannot get it, and I will not be using these. I will not be using these 3 items. I will not be using any of them, I promise. Trying to make this a legitimate tutorial is something that frustrated me when I started the game. This is a completely new file, no rebirths. These are only badge items, and I will not be using them again. So you should have, or I have, around 16,000. You should want to buy some of these. Basically, as I said, work your way up the mines. It's pretty boring, but as it becomes more boring, I can explain mechanics to you. So upgrade counter, as I said earlier, is how many times the ore has been upgraded. That's the very simple version, but it's also sort of a half-truth. Some upgraders give more upgrade counter than others, and some take away, but very few. And they give minuscule multipliers, so it's only around, with all of them, I think it's only around probably 20 times. And those are very, very late game items that you won't get for a while. Now, I've seen many people get stuck on first rebirth and be frustrated with it. I see that all the time, and I love to help people. So instead of just hopping to random servers and helping people, I decided to make a tutorial or a video so that even if you're not in my server, I can help you. Now these ones are manual mines. You'll have to press a proximity prompt when you're near them, and that's what drops them. So it's usually, see, I can't click this one over here, so then it's no use to have that one. One thing I see people get sort of confused about is macros in this game. Auto clickers are allowed. I'm using one right now. Auto clickers are allowed, but you are not allowed unfair macros, such as ones that have more than one input. So you can't use one to load all your setups, which you probably have later if you watch this video and decide to get into the game. And then rebirth automatically. Those are completely bannable, and I've gotten a few people banned already for that. It prevents unfair playing of the game, and it's very, very easy to detect because the person will not move and will be just rebirthing nonstop. Even if you make it a random interval, they will be rebirthing nonstop. And I think around here is the time that we get our next cell furnace. There are better furnaces, of course. I need RP. So these mines are special. This little remote right here is what drops ore. And as you can see, it is worth quite a lot. So from here, what you want to do is you have two choices. Or really, no, you can do both of them, I guess. But you can either buy this and move these two over here. Or I guess I should go over here more. See, that makes me a lot more. It's 200 times multiplier instead of 20. Or no, I think that's... I'm not sure what the ore value is on that. Should be a lot better though. I'm not sure. That's non-factual information. There is a Wikipedia for this game, which comes in very, very handy. I've gotten very used to it. Now, also, as soon as you want to join the game, or as soon as you join the game, I do recommend claiming your daily gift. See, I'm not going to open this. Well, I am, but I'm not going to use anything from it. I might use something out of the regular box, but not pumpkin box. Crates, as you just saw, spawn randomly in public servers. I'm in a solo right now, since I'm too poor to afford a VIP server. Crates will spawn around the map. The map is very, very small compared to how many people are in it. And you should... One thing I really, really, really very, very hardly encourage to everyone I see that's early life is go and collect crates. Even if it's slow and painful, that 25% multi makes you rebirth 25% faster in exchange for a few units. It is very, very, very worth it, and I do encourage it quite a lot. Now, what do you want to do now is if you press F, you can open up your shop. You've seen this a few times. But I recommend going here, buying a few of these, and then buying a few of these, so that you can do this. And to multi-select, like I just did, you click and hold, and then you drag across the items. And then you unclick, and it does that. And then you just place them all like this. And this game is all about multipliers. So this itself is sort of a multiplier. I forgot one thing, but that should be fine for the MPU. And you just place lots of them like this, and you get exponentially more cash. Well, not exponentially, multiplicatively. But see how much I'm getting now? It's a lot more than I was getting earlier. One thing you will have to do that is quite boring is RP farm. That's why I recommend you play in a solo server or something of the sorts when you start, is because people will complain and whine about you RP farming. So RP is a unique mechanic. It stands for research points. You get a lot of them from crates, and that's what I do recommend doing instead of this. But as you see, I do need more. I need 15,000. So, well, let's check here. Let's see how much we need actually. We should be able to get this. That's 50,000. RP is not hard to get manually. Trust me. I will get just this for now. This will do. And I'll put it right here. Or, if you would like, actually no, we're going to do this later. We're going to do this later so it's easier. Or, I think I can? Yes, I can. So see this? These are teleporters. These are going to be one of the main unique mechanics that you're going to be using throughout early life. As you can see, ore value, you're going to see more about upgraders later, and I will talk about them. But during the Halloween event right now, this is relevant if you're watching this after the Halloween event or during another event, there will be mega pumpkins that spawn around the map, and it'll send out a little chat in the chat right here. And if you do see it, get it. It has an incredibly high multiplier. It's a cell furnace like these, but it's Halloween themed. And I recommend you do get that if it's the Halloween event. It has an incredibly high multiplier. But also just participate in events. If you end up getting into this game eventually, it is very, very, very nice to have. It is extremely quality of life. See, like this is an event item. This has quite a few uses per se. Now that we've farmed up about that much, we can get a better dropper. So we will hop straight to, I think Emerald gives 500 million or something. Or no, 5 million. Make sure you're placing multiple, because multiple gives you, well, more cash, obviously. That's a little bit worse, but it's... I don't know if we want to keep that. That's a little bit expensive for little to no payback. As I am not really used to the cell furnace part, because most people easily get past this stage. It's after this that I see people struggle with the most, and so that's where you need to pay attention. I say the rule of thumb I make is you need, how much is it? I think it was 15 billion. Yes, 15 billion. 15 billion cash into the next stage, because you need to buy both of these. You need to buy this upgrader, specifically that upgrader, and something like this mine, which doesn't cost much in the grand scheme, but it's still quite expensive, so I wouldn't recommend trying this with under 15 billion, because then you might have to go back and you might have forgotten some cash. So I'm going to place more just to make this progress a little bit faster. We're almost to the point where we can RP farm, and it shouldn't take very long. See, I can already afford these two. This, I will explain teleporters when I get them, but they are something that you're going to be using a lot during your progression, especially in Miner Saving. They are very, very, very useful items, and should be used in almost every setup. You need to keep in mind that they do exist, because I see people forget them easily. If you don't want to watch my tutorial, or you're bored or something, get into a server, and if you find someone that's around, I don't know, just has an S plus next to their name, that means they've sacrificed twice, and they're a very good person to help. And see how I'm maxing out my ore limit now? What I do recommend doing, I forgot about this, is see this slider. You just press C to open your settings, and you scroll down, adjust ore limit. The GUI might change eventually if a new update comes out. So all the way to the side, and 250 ore limit, and now we can spam this. Now see, it is lagging the server quite a bit, but we are getting lots. This is a very efficient way to RP farm, or research point farm, but this isn't the most efficient, since there are specific furnaces that you'll use to get research points, and that I'll show you later. Once we get, I say, what's the dropper at? 500 million here. Let's do this. Let's just remove this section right here. It's just tiny in comparison to the rest of our base. Now this one is another manual mine, and since this manual mine has quite a lot of value, I'm going to be using it instead. See, now we're getting 4 million from this. And I can press C and click this at the same time to get lots of money. Now, since we can't buy tons of this, just buy one and use it on this one to make it really worth your time. So see, now I'm getting 20 million out of that one. So combined with the cash from that, we're going to get that 15 billion quite quickly. If you want, you can upgrade the other mines. I'm pretty sure there are better ones. But for now, I'm just going to stick with this. It will take quite a while if you don't have limiteds, and I'm really tempted to use some of them right now. But honestly, I just want to keep it as realistic as possible to the situation that people who are watching this video are going to be in. And one thing, or another thing that I do really express, is the fact that this game is all about multipliers. The better mine, the better multiplier its ore has. The better upgrader, the better multiplier the upgrader gives. And then the more value that the ore will have again. And then the more multiplier the furnace has, the more cash you're going to get from the ore, multiplicatively. But all of those upgrades don't add, they multiply. So if you have two 10 times upgraders, they won't give you 20 times total. They will give you 100 times. That's why you can get exponentially higher, is because when you get to a certain point in rebirths, you can loop all of the ore through upgraders again, and then that multiplies the scientific notation of the ore's value. So we're about 7 billion in, 8 billion in. See, we're going very, very fast, and we're progressing. Oh, oops, we're progressing very, very fast. Trust me, it'll get a little bit slower, but it's a first rebirth. The first rebirth will always be the slowest in this game. I don't think anybody should be very surprised about that. And see, we are getting some research points, but very slowly. Trust me, research point farms get a lot faster after this. I will buy the upgraders that we need and research point farms, since I need to for the upgrader. Firstly, I think I'll buy tons of these. We want to buy about 30. And you only need one of these. So there's two parts to a teleporter. The sender, which obviously sends the ore. The ore goes into this one, and then you place one of these down, and it goes into this one. Or it goes out of this one, I mean. So see how it has a conveyor that's going that way? The ore will teleport here if they touch the blue teleporter, and they will come out here. Now, I think I'm going to get to a little bit more. So right now, if you do have the cash, buy a large converter ramp, because this is something you will need. Large converter ramp. I just search up RAM, and it's right there. It needs no research points, or little to no research points. Then you buy an ore gate, which is right here. It's only 5 million. Then you will use a teleporter to go into the upgrade I'm about to buy, which you can't buy yet. But I will get to RP farming for that one. And then it'll go through your upgrader line, which I will show you how to do later. But for now, you just keep cash farming. This is one of the lengthiest parts. But after this, I promise, it gets faster. I absolutely promise. And the game, in my opinion, helping people is the most entertaining thing of Endgame. Because I love showing new people this game, hence why I'm making this video. What did I need again? I forgot what I need. Teleporters. So let's buy the rest of the teleporters. So we need these two. Oh, we need RP for them. Oh. Well, after... So that's around 4 billion. And we need this silly upgrader right here. So we do need around 13 billion more. So we will buy or get that 13 billion, and then eventually we'll be able to absolutely rush through this rebirth. RP farms consist of these, or silver mines, either or. These are remote diamond mines, by the way. And this is a plutonium excavator. You will either be using remote diamond mines or silver mines. You can pick and choose. They have roughly the same effectiveness for RP farming. And it will consist of them going into the blue sender upgrader that I showed you earlier and explained. And then you have a lot of those all around the map, and then you have a small section like this dug out or removed of droppers and teleporters. And you will have the receiver upgrader, or this one right here, going like this into the RP station, or center, whatever you want to call it, like this, and this gives you a lot more research points than I am getting right now. The research points are meant as an added bonus to the cell furnaces and not as the main feature. You will get quite a bit if you auto-click this, but I don't recommend doing so, because someone will probably get mad and report you, even though auto-clickers are not bannable. There are there's a very delicate situation with the developers right now, where the developer or creator of this game, Bariza, hired an ex-exploiter that was developing hacks into a Miner's Haven before Bifron or Hyperion got released. And one of the main developers was not very happy about that, so he threatened to leave and made a fake leaving letter and posted it. Then his name is Foxy, by the way, the dev that was mad, and Slender is the one that was the exploiter. Foxy is still on the team, but he is quite whiny about his job now. I don't recommend interacting with him or trying to mess with him. Though the Discord server is something that is very quality of life for this game, as you can ask for help if you need it. Now, for this one, we are going to go into here, buy this one, place this one here since it's better than the other one, in whatever orientation, this one or this one, whichever works. And then I think I'm going to use remote diamond mines. So first of all, you just want to start with this, place them in a little thing like this. I think this should work decently. I don't think you can place a third one, however. There was a way that I did this, I just forgot it. You will forget many things in this game. Don't worry if you do. You just rewatch the video, and I'm not to say if you can rewatch the video or not, but so let's go with 3 since 2 isn't working, or 4 I mean. So this, it doesn't have to be very fancy, it doesn't have to be hyper optimized. As long as you can place a few of them, it goes a very long way and it shows. And they can be a mess, they can be out of order, they can be really whatever. As long as it gets some ore into the research center, you'll get there eventually, trust me. This is the most boring part, as I said, of the entire first rebirth. After it does sort of pick up, and it does sort of look like you know what you're doing. So now, see, we're getting lots and lots of rebirth points. This is why I recommend doing this in a solo island server. Once you load into the game, if you want to go into solo island servers, in the bottom right hand corner, right around here, when you load in, there will be a little button that says Solo Islands. Click on that, and then click on, my personal favorite is the Sporist. It's always been my favorite theme or biome that's in the map. Now, you'll see you're unlocking tiers. Different tiers of items, of course, are better, more expensive, have more multiplier. Some are quite large, but I think we're aiming for 15,000, and then we will get the 50,000 that we required later. If you do want to, at any time, save your setup. If someone says, hey, let me help you, just give me some perms, and you scroll down here and add them to your perms. If you're at all worried about them messing up your base or selling your stuff, you can easily press L, which takes you to your layouts, and save your setup simply. So that if they remove all of your items and then leave because they thought that they destroyed your setup, you can simply just load it back. Now, as you go up the tiers, I think now is quite fine because we have this one now. Do not buy this, by the way. Do not buy this yet. This one is for later, for a lot later. So now we can go ahead with the more entertaining part of the game. This is going to be one of your best mines, though if you are quite lazy like me, you can buy something like the normal plutonium mine. But this is the recommended one that I like to use for this. So in one of your corners, you'll place this and a blue teleporter, just like this. Don't press it yet. Well, you can, but it won't do anything. You go here, you scroll down to these 2 pink teleporters right here, the sender and the receiver. You buy 1 of each. Then anywhere on your base, I like to put it just a little bit here and a little bit up so it gives me some space. This placement is not specific whatsoever. As long as you have some space to this side for later, you are completely fine. Now, you're going to want to do this, put this right here so that you can't really see it. I'll put a torch here. so that this converter right here, this large converter ramp, the converter right here goes to this side, the left side of the upgrader. Now you're going to go into your shop again. You're going to search up way, and you'll search for this upgrader. You'll buy one, which is the most expensive item by far that you'll buy in this part. You'll place that right there, so that when that converter converts the ore, it'll go all into here. Then you place the gate down. Now, silly me, sometimes I do forget this. You need to press C or toggle gate so that it lets the ore through. Sometimes I do forget that. Don't be embarrassed if you do, because I've done it also. Now, you want to place the pink teleporter beside the blue teleporter, or really just anywhere for quality of life. I like to place it to the left, so when I need to switch the ore, I can just go like this, bam, bam, just like that. Now, I'm going to bring this over here, actually. Perfectly spaced. Make sure the gate is toggled on, so ores can go through. Because if it's off, this is what off looks like. This is what on looks like, or whatever. Just make sure it looks like that. Now, just spam this until you have. I like to go around 30 ores. You can go more though. How about I'll go 50? 50 just for the quality of life of that extra little cash. It does add up very quickly, and it's not hard to do this step. Now, this is pretty useless. If you want, you can remove this. It's not needed anymore. But I'm just going to leave it there. Now, as that's looping through this singular upgrader, which I'll explain why it's not done upgrading yet later, you place this here, and then just really find any upgraders that look half decent that aren't cash limit ones. So see, this one has only effective on cheap ore. That one won't do. I like to do ore scanner, 3 of these, plasma iron polishers, and then just a few of these. I say 10 portable ore advancers. You can put that after or anywhere where you can fit them, really. Then I like to do 1 of these since it's upgraded or upgrade limited. And then 1 of these gives you some quality of life. Or wait, no, you can't use that one. Sorry. I think that's really the only one. Sometimes you can buy multiple of these because these ore scanners are pretty tricky to get on the first attempt. Just to give you that little extra chance of the ore successfully getting upgraded by it. Place the 3 ore plasma polishers. These can go in any order aside from the last upgrader, which is this one. This one needs to go right at the end. Also, do not forget, I did forget, but as long as you remembered right now, you need to buy this one, or this one, whichever. I recommend this one, it's a lot easier. You need to buy this furnace. Now this is a raised furnace, so we need a ramp, so that the ore can actually reach the raised furnace. So we can put this one here. And then we put the ramp going up into this furnace. I don't know where I got this one from. Is that better? No. Okay. So you're gonna put this one right there. See, now the ore can go up and reach it. So back to here. The reason that this isn't blinking yet, blinking upgrader, signifies that the ore is not being upgraded by the upgrader due to a condition it has. Most upgraders upgrade based on if it has been upgraded by the upgrader yet or not. So this upgrader right here will not upgrade the same ore twice, or else it will blink. As soon as the ore goes through, this pink upgrader right here that upgrades the ore will flash to transparent black and then back to pink again. See, just like this. That means that the ore is not being upgraded. The reason this one didn't blink immediately is because this is a cash limit upgrader, meaning if the ore is worth under a certain amount or over for some upgraders, it will upgrade it until it hits this certain ore value. Now the reason we put this gate here is now that it's fully upgraded and done, we press it once, wait for all the ore to go through. We can leave that one if it glitches like that. Just like I had said, we do this. We place that there. I forgot a few upgraders. Just place these really all around. They give a slight bonus to your ore. Not too significant, but it still is better than nothing. So I'm just going to place these. I'm going to do that because I'm lazy. And then, same with the other side. Never mind. Do this, this, and then see how it's touching there. All ores are going to be upgraded. Select this, drag it over like that, so that the pink teleporter is what the ore is going to go into this time. Toggle the gate, and then watch as your cash goes up. We have 800 million right now. And now, we have over 1 trillion. 5 trillion. So, we can delete all of this, but keep this general setup. Now, we can buy a better upgrader or furnace and upgrader. The upgrader we're going to want now is this Freon Blast upgrader. Now, this one is just like this upgrader, but it doesn't require a raised conveyor. And it has a higher cash limit, allowing us to go even further. Now, this one is sort of stinky. We don't want it anymore. You can sell it if you want, or you can just keep it in your inventory. You're going to be rebirthing anyways, so it's going to reset. You're going to want a painite mine for this one. And then, we're going to put this over here. And then we're going to loop it again. I forgot the ore gate. Now, don't forget to toggle it off. Now we're going to work on the other upgrade line. Or, actually, I think what we're going to do now is we're going to delete this, or just take this away for now. And, which mine should I use? And we're going to make a better RP farm. I'm not sure what to use now. Usually people have research points by now. We're going to, first of all, this is absolutely needed. Buy this research center right here. You don't have to place it down, but I'm just doing that for ease of access since our inventory is getting quite extensive. Now, you already have a bunch of upgraders, so we're just going to buy a fast furnace. Now I'm going to test the ore value of this one to make sure it's over 2,000. Oh, whoops. Because I am not sure. Because for this one, ores need to be worth over 2,000, or else they will not be processed. Emerald mine is, I think, one of the minimum, or the minimum. Maybe uranium. Let's test it really quick. I'm not used to this stage. This one drops faster, so we're going to use the emerald mine. So I'm going to buy lots of these emerald mines, just because we want that multiplicativity again. So we're going to buy lots of those. We're going to delete this, or we can just toggle the gate and get rid of this mine for now. Just for that quality of life of having those. Or, actually no, get rid of this completely. We'll build that later. Because that's going to contribute to the ore limit, which is going to allow us to get less RP, which we do not want. Now, again, emerald mine here. Teleporter. Emerald mine. Emerald mine. Emerald mine. Ignore the symbol. And then place it like this. Or you can drag click, hold and click, and it'll place it as soon as it can. Then, select all of these. Make sure you get the teleporters. Go over it once or twice. Just to make sure you get everything, because if you don't select one thing, you have to redo the entire selection. Now, just drag it like this, and I don't have enough emerald mines. Oh. It's okay though, it's just a slight time sacrifice. It's not that bad. Now, you select this again. And then, we press R to move it, make sure we didn't miss anything. Also, to undo a placement, just press F. See, oh, I accidentally placed it. Press F, and it'll delete the entire last thing you placed. See, now we're getting quite a lot of research points. This will take quite a while. This is actually slower than I would have liked. Pretty sure there is a cheaper solution to this. Maybe this drops faster. No, it drops around the same. Oh well. So actually, how about we do the other RP farm since it did work better? We will go remote diamond mine. Same setup as last time. Do this. Select all of these. Place them like this. Drag, click, do whatever you want. And then we select these. Now, this is not a specific design. If you find a better design for your mines or better placement that allows you to fit more mines, that's absolutely fine and works perfectly. I encourage you searching for one. Now we're going to go here, of course, place this. Now we have to downgrade our research center. Since we are using a worse mine, it will not work with the other one. Do this. Let the research points flow in. Or, actually, to speed it up quite significantly, I didn't think of this. We can use the ramp we bought earlier up to here and use something called a replicator. Now this is quite expensive, so this is only to be done after the last stage. Now if we use this and we delete this one right here, or these two, just to give us some extra space, we use this here and we buy a mini conveyor. We buy this. We can place this here. We can place the replicator right there. And then we place another blue teleporter right there, and that'll double our research points. So this one replicates ore and spits it out as the mine does. It only does it for certain ores, certain amount of times, usually only one. But we are missing some ores here. I should probably move that. That's not getting all of the ore. Maybe it is. Oh, the ore limit. I forgot about that. Okay, so what you want to get to is 50,000. 50,000 research points, I believe, and then you should be completely good to go after that. Yes, because you need this upgrader up to this upgrader. So 50,000 will give you more than you need, trust me. Now, as you can see in the chat, this is quite annoying. You will find people that are shouting and saying stuff, or you see people have shiny rebirth stuff. You can simply just turn that off if you want. Server shouts off. Then you won't see any of those more annoying chats. Now this is basically just a waiting game. As I said, upgraders are allowed. You can, or auto-clickers, sorry, not upgraders. Auto-clickers are allowed in this game, but macros are not. An auto-clicker to the devs of this game is not considered much of a macro, more than just a normal auto-clicker as in itself. I will explain another key mechanic, which is ore tags. Which is, so you see this replicator that we're using right here to maximize our output? The replicator, every time an ore goes through its green beam right here or it gets upgraded, it applies sort of, you can think of it as a sticker. Now the sticker sticks with the ore permanently until you get, later in the game you can reset the ore tags, but that's very, very later. And so, first, this replicator, the reason it's not replicating infinitely, see if I just put out that much ore, it's not replicating them infinitely, it won't replicate the ore that it replicated, is because of the upgrade tag. So every time it produces a new ore, or the ore comes through its upgrade beam, it gives it the upgrade tag. Now, the upgrader will always be looking for this upgrade tag, and every ore it scans, it will first check for the upgrade tag and then upgrade it. Now, if the upgrade tag is present, it will blink, which is telling you my condition is not met. Most upgraders, aside from cache upgraders, if they have a tag, if they have their upgrade tag on the ore, they will not upgrade and they will blink to tell you, hey, one of my conditions isn't met, or my upgrade tag is already on this ore and you've used me twice. Now, with later in game, you are able to get resetters, is what they're called, up to, I'm pretty sure, 4 or 5, or I'm not sure, I think it's 4. I forgot the memorization. 4, which can upgrade or reset ore tags 4 times, allowing you to make the, or double the scientific notation of the ore's value. Now see, we're almost at 50k, so I have to sort of speed up the explaining. But that's very, very, very later in the game, and I'm just explaining some mechanics that might be useful later, or might be good for debugging your setup that you come with. Now, this setup is going to be used without box upgraders. I would very, very much suggest you use boxes or search the map again, just to make sure you have that little extra multi. I'm not going to be using it though, just to show you without it, in case you don't want to go get them, or you don't have them, or are having bad luck, or whatever's happening. Just so I have no advantage whatsoever. So now, same thing again. You're going to use Painite Mine with your blue teleporter. Put the sender right here, or wherever you want, as long as you have space. Put the Freon Blast upgrade that we bought earlier from the shop. And then the gate, always. Toggle the gate, and then put your teleporters. Just like this. Now this one is not a manual upgrader, so you do have some time. But I do suggest getting some crates at this time. I will open these two just so you can see how they work. As you can see, these tier items, the blue ones right here, are extremely rare. You will most likely not get them. If you do, please use them in this setup. If you get any upgraders from this, please use them in this setup. They will be very, very, very useful to you later. Or just right now even. So now that we have 50 ores, I'm going to go ahead and delete that. We don't need that anymore. Now we're going to start on our upgrade line. So we're going to start with, of course, the same things we had. So we'll do the... Okay, exclude the scanners this time, since there is a better scanner that we will use. Also, make sure to use the portable upgraders. They are very important and add quite a lot of value to your ore. Then, you'll search the shop for whatever is appealing to you. Make sure you read the descriptions if you're not sure if it's going to set ore on fire or destroy it, just like this one and this one. What I like to use though, this one right here, works perfectly. And then we're gonna buy, oh, I can't buy that one. Okay, well I guess we're stuck with the scanner then. We're stuck with these scanners. Make sure you place them not at the same time, just so they have that sort of random movement, just so they have a very high chance of getting hit. Place this one, and then we'll search for a new furnace, since we got more cash. This one looks perfect. Now we'll need to get a ramp for this one, so we will buy this one, the normal one, not the converter. You can work with the converter, but the converter does take that little bit longer. And this one is just generally the best. So this one has more multi. So see, now this is blinking like I said. We'll pause the gate. Switch the upgraders over. Toggle the gate again. And now, oh, spot on. Okay. And now, we should be good. Trillions, see? That is quite low, and you should probably aim for higher. If you want to, you can wait a little bit more after it starts blinking. Or you can get cash upgraders to sort of speed that up. You can get more cash or whatever you want to do. But I'm going to go with the minimum amount of cash required, just to show you guys a little bit of the downsides if you don't get crates, of course. Now these will be your main mine. I suggest buying like 2 more or something. Place these. Place this again. Now, this is where it sort of picks up and looks like you have a decent setup. You're going to go here, this Freon Blast upgrader that we were using earlier. Buy tons of them. This is going to be the main thing for a while. Now see, the hundreds that I just bought is not excessive. You are going to need many, many, many for this step. As many as you can buy. Now, but no, I say like a limit of 300-ish. 300's the sort of limit right there. Place 3 like this. Select them. Place 3 of those. Select them. And then just place a whole line of them. See, we're missing a little. We just do this instead. Now we're doing the same thing as a loop, but without the loop, so it is quite faster. Now I'm just going to turn that quite a bit down because I don't need a lot. Now you're gonna buy these centering conveyors right here, and you're gonna place them like this so that the middle conveyor is going this way, and then like that. And then you're gonna select this whole line right here. You're gonna press R. Don't worry, it's not deleted. See, I messed up there. Place it back where it was. Make sure you select all of them. Put them in the same spot. Press R twice so that they're facing the opposite way. Then do this a few times. You can alternate. I need to move this. I recommend putting this up here or something, just out of the way. Make sure you select all of them again if you did unselect it. Press R twice again. Make sure it's lined up. Do this same thing over here. Take these ones. Place these ones, pretty much the same thing but just mirrored. And then place the blue, or not blue teleporter, pink teleporter right here. Now that's the end of our Freon loop. Once the ore starts blinking with the upgraders, we can move on to the next step. It should start blinking either here, or I need to make another line. And I need to make another line. Nope. It's right at the end here. I suggest leaving that just in case some of the ore doesn't hit some of the upgraders, or it glitches out, or you lag, or whatever happens, just as a safety sort of thing. Now, same thing, but this is a constant supply of ore instead of you do it once, do it twice, oh boom, and then next step. This will take up some space. Now, this is not the end of this line, as you will be getting a lot more cash from here. That is actually quite low. I don't know why it's so low. Probably because I'm not using the box upgraders. So if you can, please start using those. Please. Now I'm just going to place some of these to make it a little bit faster. And the thing we are aiming for is Schrodinger's. Schrodinger's are a type of upgrader that upgrades ore, but randomly. It can do many, many, many things to ore. And I'll show you it right here. And there is a downside to this. This can give you lots and lots of multiplier. Oh, that's blinking, which means it's not upgrading. Huh. Well, I guess those are cash limit upgraders. And we can better use more upgraders. So, I am going to buy a little bit extra upgraders or better upgraders. Just because, well, we can. We're going to remove these ones because I forgot that there are better ones. We'll put these ones in their place because these ones are better. We'll move all of this back here. Keep the plasmas because they do a significant amount. Then we're just going to scroll down the upgraders. See what we can find. So, that one is a cash limit upgrader, which we don't want. We'll buy this one. Now that's a little bit too big for these. And these. So we're going to move that there. Oh, and it's a cash limit upgrader. Wow. Okay. This is going to be quite slow. So what I do suggest, if you are following exactly what I'm doing instead of getting crates, is you just place a couple of these. Maybe even a few more. Just make it that little bit more faster. Because again, this game is about multipliers. The more mines you have, the better the profit. I say that's fine, because you're going to get your ore cap pretty soon around here. Because there's a very long way to go. Now we've hit quadrillion, so we're past trillion. If you're young, you may not know about things past trillion. I didn't for a while. And what we're aiming for is, again, Schrodinger. This silly little upgrader right there. Now we should be getting more ore right about here. Yeah. See, we're going to get a lot more ore. Now, one downside to this upgrader is it does random things. Two of the main downsides, or three, is it will do either explode your ore, delete your ore, or set your ore's value to 0. Any ore that passes through can do that. Now we're going to delete these, just so we have some space to work with. We're going to delete these. Now I'm going to buy, I can afford 2 of those. So we're going to buy 2. Now, you can place as many of these as you like once you can afford them, but I only suggest maximum. Maximum 3. Maximum 4, actually. 3 is the main number I like to go with, but 4, if you really want to speed things up, you can go with 3 though, and there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you have, again, upgraders that can handle 3. Now, if you do stand too close to the Schrodingers, they will explode you and kill you. See, I'll just show you right here for fun. Oh, maybe they removed it? Not sure. Maybe they did remove it. Whatever. Now, I can afford more, so we're going to just search it up. We need 2 more, because I'm going to go with 4 since I'm not using many of the, or any of the box upgraders. Just for that little extra ore value since I will need it. I recommend you go with 3 though, because anything above 4 really, or anything above 3 or 4 really messes up your odds. And see, I'm getting very few ore. Should actually probably take away one of these or 2. And now we are getting quite a lot, as you can see. So we're going to go here, and we're going to buy hydraulic ramp up. You want about 5 of these, and those are going to fit here eventually. So I'm just going to move all of these over here so that we have a little bit more space. There you go. Just against there, right out of the way. You should be fine. And then we're going to go here. We're going to search up ion. This is what we will be buying next. You're going to want around this ore value. But actually, nope. I guess that's what we're going to want next. You can scroll down here, buy some of the better upgraders, whatever you want to do. Oh, sometimes steps do take a little bit longer than you would expect, but it's worth it. Through time, it's worth it. Trust me. I'm really tempted to use some of my unfair upgraders right now, because these would sort of replace the multiplier you get from box upgraders. I'm not going to use this one though. You will get these items eventually though. Now you will have to wait a significant amount of time, and that's why I recommend getting crate upgraders. I'm just searching for anything I can use. Oh, I forgot portable upgraders. Never underestimate these things. They do pack quite a punch if you use enough of them. Now I'm going to put these on both sides so I get the maximum. Now I should get a little bit more. Yeah, there you go. See, I'm starting to get quadrillions of ore value. Now it's starting to pick up. That's the main thing I forgot. If you forget any upgraders in this, you do lose a significant amount. I apologize for forgetting. Now off to the side, while that's still generating cash, we're gonna place this here, 1, and then we're gonna press 2 so that it raises the conveyor. Place 1 again, press 2 again, and then place it again. And then place 2 more like this, or you can buy hydraulic upgraders, but this is just the lazy one. This is the lazy version I like to go with. Then we put the ion fields, we line it up with the edge of the conveyor. We place 1 like this. We will make this all the way back here, because this does require quite a bit of space. We'll put this up here, then we'll move the furnace back. You may lose a few ore, but it's all worth it. Trust me. See quadrillions, quadrillions. And eventually, you'll want to buy 3 more of these. And then you want to place them around here. I'll show you how. So, just right now, you're going to want to buy these 2. You're going to place them like this, and then once you can buy 2 more, you're going to place them on these sides. Just the same way that I've placed the other ones, just on the other side. Now, we can buy 2 more. See, we're getting quite a bit now. Place them like this. Then you should be set. The next thing you're going to want to buy, see we're approaching the rebirth price quite quickly. See it's 25 quintillion, which is the prefix above quadrillion. You could, at this point, just AFK and sit there for a while and let it do its thing. We're going to remove these 2 and buy 2 of these. Place them like this, so that both of them are hitting. These are portable upgraders again. And see, now we're really stacking that cash, and we're getting quite a lot. Now, we are missing 1 since you can place 3 of these. If you do want, you can either remove 1 of these and place it there, which is what I'm going to do because I need that multiplier. But you don't have to use it. It's only 40%. Now, we're going to get to quintillion pretty soon. And I'm going to buy a better furnace, which is this one. This one only does 10 times. This one does 15, which is 1.5 times better. So now we're really picking up speed with this, and this is where it sort of gets interesting. You're going to want to buy, not there. You're going to want to buy unstable 3 hydraulic unstable conveyors. Off to the side again, you're going to want to place 1, 2, 3. Make sure they have the lowest elevation possible. And then you're going to want to buy microwave upgraders, portable microwaves. See, these are quite large, or not large, they are raised. So you're going to place 1 here. You're going to move this all the way back here. You're going to place this right there. Now, at this point, if you do want, I would recommend replacing these top 2 right here with conveyors, just to get that extra assurance of getting them into the portable microwaves. And also just for the neat look. Now we can buy 2 more of these. And we're gonna want to buy 6 of them. And after that, we pretty much just wait, and we should have our rebirth come straight into our hands. And there you go. Now we're stacking this cash, and we are pretty good to go. Now, at any time, if you want to save any of the loops that we did for the way up high upgraders or free on upgraders, you can press L again and save it so that you don't have to load them in on the next life. Now, rebirths will delete all of these upgraders aside from any box upgraders you have. So this one isn't even an upgrader, but anything from boxes it won't reset. So this will not be resetted. All of these will not be reset. Now, wow, that's actually quite good. I wasn't expecting it to be that good. Usually I don't do that good. And we're gonna want to go rebirth. If you want, I'm going to save this, just like that, and we're gonna rebirth. Nature's Grip. Now I got incredibly lucky on this one because from here, this is a cell furnace, by the way, as we saw right at the beginning of the video. This one has quite a large multiplier, so I'm pretty sure we can skip quite a few steps with this one. Yeah, look at that. You can get Frozen Justice, Massive Diamond Mine, and a few others from Rebirth. You will most likely not get this one, but if you do get this one, this is the best first reborn you can possibly get at Life 2. Now, if you do get this, you can skip a bunch of steps and go straight to the end game and get that Rebirth really, really fast. See, it only took me 1 hour. Pretty long, but that's really fast. I've seen people go years without getting past first rebirth. It's honestly sad because most of the tutorials aren't accurate. That was done with none of these upgraders and nothing from boxes to make it absolutely fair for you. So you should have no excuse on why you didn't rebirth. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it helped you rebirth your first time. If you want, you can join my server, noviceproo, if I'm in game, or you can friend me. Or my joins are on; they will always stay on. So if you want to join my game, if you notice me in Miners Haven or want help or something, just join my game. My joins are on, noviceproo with 2 O's, and I hope you enjoyed.